Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the much awaited virtual annual award ceremony 2019 and 2020 of Indian School Al Gubra. Our chief guest is Dr. P. Muhammad Ali, founder of Indian School Al Gubra. We begin the ceremony with the royal anthem of the Sultanate of Oman, followed by the national anthem of India. Please do rise. To be seated. The principal, Mrs. Papri Ghosh, will address us.
Good evening, everyone. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to all of you to our first ever virtual award ceremony. I have the great honor and privilege of welcoming our founder, Dr. P. Muhammad Ali, who is the chief guest for this evening. And we are very, very grateful to him for being here at our virtual ceremony. It would have felt a little odd had he not been here. We are so used to having him giving out the awards every year in school. Dr. P. Muhammad Ali gifted us the school in 1990. He needs no introduction. His vision, guidance, and support has made Indian School Al Gubra a premier institution, not only in Oman, but also in the Middle East. The reputation of Indian School Al Gubra extends far and wide into the world, not only because we have connection with schools which are scattered world over through Round Square and global connections, but also because our alumni are scattered world over and are doing very well. Thank you, sir, for being here this evening with us at our first ever virtual award ceremony. I'd also like to extend a very warm welcome to our president, Mr. Ahmed Rais, a very warm welcome to our convener, Mr. Sunil, all the members of the school management committee, and of course, my colleagues, the teachers. A very good evening to all of you. Our biggest supporters, our parents, and of course, dear students. Good evening to all of you. We are celebrating the achievements of the previous academic year, a year gone by, not the present year that we are in, but the previous academic year, which seems like a long distant memory when we had classes in school and things were so different. It seems like something from an era that we don't really remember right now. It's strange, but true. It all seems like memories in the past when we had classes in school. And now it's a year where things turned different. And we switched over to an online mode of learning. We had a virtual school and things have been so different. It's been a huge learning experience for all of us. When we started the new academic year in April 2020, We started with a lot of trepidation, and we've learned along the way. And as we've learned, we've grown stronger. And I think it is right at this point for me to thank the entire team who have come together and stood by and managed to continue school in this new mode of learning. Everything was achieved. We had P lessons, we had counseling sessions, we had music, we had dance, we had art. Nothing was compromised. There were parent-teacher meetings, and I think we had staff meetings, we had regular meetings. And I think we changed into a whole new way of carrying on with our school. And I have to tell you, here I have to quote from Mahatma Gandhi, where I say, unity to be real must stand the severest strain without breaking. And I think that is it. We stood the severest strain. The team just stood together and they held together and we ran the school. I must say it functioned very well. And I have to thank everyone at this point of time. I think this is the right forum for me to thank everyone officially, starting with the vice principals who were like pillars of support, the team of teachers who did an astounding job, learning on the way how best to deliver in an online class, all the members of the staff, the support who supported me in school when we started working together from June in the office. They were marvelous. They kept the school admin running very, very efficiently. Of course, the school management committee, which has been our guide and support through it all. And you parents, without your support, we could not have managed it all. Thank you very, very much for believing in us and for supporting us through this time. And I believe a team is not a group of people who work together, who believe in the same ideas. It's a group of people who trust each other and work with each other together, believing in the same vision. So thank you so much. We are only as strong as we are united and as weak as we are divided. And I think this year of the pandemic is best described by Charles Dickens in the opening paragraph of Tale of Two Cities. And I'm going to read this out because I think it will resonate with each one of you, especially my colleagues and of course you parents. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light. It was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope. It was the winter of despair. We had everything before us. And I think we managed. And I think we will carry on, even if the pandemic continues and we have to continue with a blended form of learning or even an online form of learning. We are well equipped because we stand together, united as a team. Thank you very much, one and all. And now we will watch the achievements of the previous academic year.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. P. Muhammad Ali, our chief guest for the evening, will now address us.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible and you can see me all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, good. I'm very happy to be a part of this virtual award ceremony, and at the same time, I'm sad also that I'm not. I could not be with you, or you cannot be with me at this occasion. But as one says that the human spirit prevails, I congratulate you all organizing this virtual award ceremony. Thank you. So this technological advantage and make us to meet from any parts of the world. So I bring you a greeting from Maldives. So I'm sitting in Maldives now, and you are all, I don't know where everybody is sitting, but it made us possible that we are celebrating the human spirit. And I like, Paprikos, your code on your telephone. What is that? Your picture, what do you call profile photo, that only buildings are closed. The teachers are working harder to serve the students. Yeah. So congratulations, teachers, for that. You are working much more harder. And I thank you, principal and vice principal, and all the staff members, all the staff who has to work harder to achieve the same results. But nevertheless, I hope that you are all enjoying. And today is a special day, as we are here in this virtual award ceremony, where we are celebrating some of the very long, outstanding teachers who served this country, our school, this country, last 30 years. Mrs. Lobo and Shamsuddin. It's 30 years they are completing. I want to thank both of them very profusely, and wanted to recognize their great service, which they have contributed to the Indian School Al Gobra. And today we stand tall among all the schools, as Principal Paprikos said, not only in Muscat, not only in the Gulf, in the region, we stand still tall. And I just heard the news in the last week that even the registration, even this year, we stand tall. We have the maximum choice as a preferred school for the students. That is not a coincidence. It is just because the teachers work hard in every situation and make it possible to overcome any challenges. And you made all of us proud. You made me proud. And I'm grateful to each and every one of you, because this is school which we started in the challenging time in 1990 when in the Gulf War. And that made me, gave me great satisfaction and made me proud that we've been able to help the Indian community in every situation. So not only the two I mentioned the name, but I understand there are many teachers who are being recognized today for their 25 years of service and 10 years, etc. So I don't want to name all of them, but thank you again on behalf of as a founder and as well as on behalf of the management committee. I would like to express our sincere gratitude for your hard work, and I'm sure that you will continue. You will always continue to make the Indian School Al Gobra as stand out among all these schools in the region. So on this virtual platform, which we made possible, I think as a professional, as a business person, I find it is very challenging time, but at the same time, it is we all made, humans made that it's more efficient. Today, sitting it anywhere, I can have contact with all my official business and social friends. And more meetings are held, more interactions are made with the people whom we had to. So nothing has stopped. Only the personal, that feel, the warmth of that personal feeling and shaking hand and hugging, that is only what is missing. And I am sure with the vaccination going on, that time will be very soon. In a couple of months, we will have that opportunity to be together and share that joy as well. To the students, I congratulate those who have got such a outstanding achievement, the marks, and I am sure that you all will fly high. And whenever Papri goes, send me the WhatsApp messages, our so-and-so student has reached the so-and-so position. She feels so proud, and she make all of us proud also, sharing such information to our alumni. Our alumni is doing great, and our present students also will do great in their life. Only thing I wanted to tell our students, wherever you are, try to live with the attitude of gratitude. It's important. You should be grateful to your people who helped you to be at this to this position, who has shed their sweats to bring your parents, your teachers, and of course your friends and the society. So please always be grateful to them. And as you move forward in your life, when you move forward and we go leave Oman and go into different cities for pursuing your higher education, remember that you had every privilege, every advantage of Oman, as is staying in a capital city, very serene city, very calm city, very safe city. But well, out there, wherever you're going in the for higher education, it may not be the same, and you do not have the shelter of your parents and your the old friends. So remember that to be more careful and cautious, never to lose the focus on your goal. If you are pursuing higher education, yes, focus on that and get that, because when you are independent at your age of on this teen and 20s, you have many attractions, many distractions, but you enjoy the life. The life is to enjoy. Life one has to enjoy, but never lose the focus on that. That is what I wanted to tell you, and establish an identity for you. That I establish the identity which is important. That you should be known as a humble, as a compassionate, grateful, courageous, committed, and you always should make your parents proud, your teachers proud, and also always stick to your promises, your commitment, and never promise more than what you can deliver, and deliver always your promises. To be truthful, to be honest, to be righteous, that should be your virtues, and create an identity, create a brand image, which will be it is a untangible, non-tangible asset in your life if you create that brand, that identity. So wherever you go, you will be known as a competent person, a compassionate person, honest person, truthful, in the corporate world, they say that the brand image, but here it is your identity. So it is this, you must be aware of that, and you must always take that into those virtues which you have taught by your parents, your family values, your school values, yeah, which your teachers has worked hard to train you, to mold you, to bring to the present situation, present status, wherever you are. And I know that some of you are facing coming to the exam time, and you are working hard. Of course, marks are very important to get admission to the desired colleges, institutions, universities where you want it. But the mark, nobody is going to hang the mark list on your wall. Only your certificate, sometime you may exhibit. But the important thing is you give your best try, but you give your best shot, and if whatever happens, take it as it comes, and try to build on from that. Never be depressed of or never try to compare yourself with somebody who has got higher marks or higher positions. That is not. You are you as a person. You are an individual, and you are with your own identity and with your own special special achievement and special qualities, special nature, special future. So never compare yourself with any others. Never be depressed. Always hold your head high. If, as I say, if you are truthful, if you are righteous, if you are competent, you can always hold your head high, and always make your parents proud, make your teachers proud, make Indian School Gobra proud. We always wish you all the very best, and I wanted to thank the parents also, those who have chosen their students to be part of the Indian School Al Gobra. I want to thank them also, and I want to wish all the students the very best in their future studies and future life wherever they go. And we will be following you, and Papri Ghosh will be always sending me messages of your achievement, and I will too feel proud whenever I hear such of our alumni is achieving the position. And also I want to thank President Ahmed Rais and Vice President Sunil and all the board members, Vice President, Mr. Najib and Mr. Sunil also, and all the other members for their active role in guiding the school to be always be consistent and always be on their toes. And of course, we are good. We are number one, but I will say number one position is always vacant. We have to strive hard to reach greater heights and to always set a model or set a trend for the other schools to follow. We should be in the forefront. With this, once again, congratulations. And as I said, we are celebrating the human spirit on this pandemic situation, on this challenging situation. We are conducting this virtual ceremony to appreciate and to recognize and to be together in this special situation. So I wish you all the very best and thank you. May Almighty Allah bless all of us to be safe and to save us from this pandemic, and for our children to prosper and have a good career, good education, good higher education in the times ahead. Thank you very much, and wish you all continued success and the virtual award ceremony and other programs to continue. Thank you, Paprigos. Thank you, Rais Ahmed, and thank you, Vice Principal. Thank you, Mrs. Lobo. Thank you, Shamsuddin, for all your hard work and all the awardees, those who have completed 25 years and those who are continuing. Thank you. God bless you. Us all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your meaningful words. Let us listen to a beautiful song, a song that is so apt for the times that we are going through. May the good Lord bless and keep you, presented to you by the school choir.
May the good Lord bless and keep you, whether near or far away. May you find that long-awaited golden day today. May your troubles all be small ones, and your fortune 10 times 10. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. Walk with sunlight shining as a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. With the dreams with sweet tomorrows, never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. With your dreams with sweet tomorrows, never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet
We now begin with the presentation of the awards for the academic year 2019 and 2020. I request Mrs. Ann Thomas to begin with the first set of awards.
We shall begin with the first category of awards, the toppers in general knowledge. Beginning with class 6. The first position goes to Advait Kapil. The second position goes to Tanisha Rangarajan. And the third position goes to Advait Kaushik. Class 7. The first position goes to Pavitra Nair. The second position goes to Atharva Rahul, the Hedkar. And the third position goes to Gauri Harikumar. Class 8. The first position goes to Britiparni Biswas. The second position goes to Bhavesh S. Nair. Moving on to class 9. The first position goes to Roshan Joseph Thomas. The second position goes to Bhaskar Rajiv. And the third position goes to Alvin K. Jose. Class 10. The first position goes to Shreya Sandesh Dhuri. The third position is jointly held by Shubham Bhan and Rishit Pawan Mordani. Moving on to class 11. The first position goes to Aditya Harish. The second position goes to Subodh Satish Dalvi. And the third position is jointly shared by Gloria Mary George and Aditi Manikandan. Moving on to class 12. The first position goes to Anirudh Govil. The second position goes to Faria Fatima. And the third position goes to Saloni Rath. We now move on to our next category of awards, the art prizes. We shall begin with class 6. The first position goes to Merin Mary Jose. The second position goes to Hiba Ashraf. And the third position, Jash Ujwal Kansara. Class 7. The second position goes to Bhumika Podar. The third position goes to V. Gautam Siddharth. Class 8. The first position goes to Ayana Shrikant. The second position goes to Vaishnavi Anup Kotai. And the third position goes to Mariam Mustafa Sihorwala. Moving on to class 9. The first position goes to Azza Lukman. The second position goes to Delvin Philip Matthew. Class 10. The first position goes to Niranjan Jitish Kumar. The second position goes to Lorenzo Amancio Fernandez. Moving on to class 11. The second position goes to Roshna Sharon Manogaran. And the third position goes to Fuad Zenin Naushad. Class 12. The first position goes to Sandra Satyanathan. The second position goes to Stuti Bhatnagar. And the third position goes to Vidula Karthikeyan. May I now request Mrs. Rajshri Lakshmanan to continue with the proceedings.
To honor our students' remarkable commitment, we have the Award for Perfect Attendance for 5 consecutive years, 2015 to 2020, which goes to Skanda Sashiprakash Kudwali of class 9. Next up is a special recognition for outstanding achievement. We have the Victor Ludorum in sports for 5 consecutive years, 2015 to 2020. And the award goes to Vaishnavi Arunodaya Gujar of class 10. Moving on to the next category of awards, Haji Janab Si Saidu Muhammad Memorial Merit Awards for the year 2019-2020. The recipients are, from class 11 science stream, we have Mohammad Jishan Shaukat Mukhari in the first position. He is also awarded Victor Ludorum certificates in academics for 5 consecutive years, 2014 to 2020, first in art in class 11 and third in general knowledge in class 11. Manav Rajlal Chauhan in the second position. And Lakshya Ganju in the third position. From class 11 commerce stream, Alva Rahul Govindarajan has secured the first position. Suyog Suhas Bhatt in the second. And in the third position, we have Amina Femin. From class 9, we have Sudiksha H. Katkar in the first position. She is also awarded the third prize in art in class 9. Anandita Shaji in the second position. And Haya Srivatsava in the third position. From class 8, Sanvi Singh has secured the first position. Shaivi Kumar in the second. And in the third position, we have Priyanshu Banik. He is also awarded the third prize in general knowledge in class 8. Moving on to class 7, we have Sabyasachi Chowdhury in the first position. He is also awarded the third prize in general knowledge in class 7. Aditya Hemant Patil in the second position. And Sneha Paikatukawal in the third position. She is also awarded the first prize in art in class 7. From class 6, we have Kartika Vinod in the first position. Ronit Shibu in the second position. And in the third position, we have Mark Matthews Matalali. Winners at CBSE Nationals in Sports and Games 2019-2020. Swimming, we have Jia Parijat Singh of class 5. Abhigna Chintala of class 4. Aditi Amarnath Bhakat of class 6. And Haripriya Satish of class 5. And Shrestha Devi Ghosh of class 3. The winners at Western Region Asian Cricket Under 16 2019 are Mohammad Nihal Shiraj of class 10, and Ishan Jabir of class 10. To continue with the proceedings, may I now request Mr. Shamshad to take over.
The next category is the special prizes for toppers in Class 10 CBSE examination 2020. Nyonika Vasishta holds the first position. She has also scored 100 marks in French. 2 students secured the second position. Atharv Umesh Bhide. He is also a topper in Sanskrit, and he holds the second position in general knowledge in class 10. Aaron Derek Arokyanathan is also a second rank holder. Besides, he has scored 100 in mathematics and is a topper in science. Iyakya Vityashri S is the third rank holder. We would like to recognize the students who have done extremely well in various subjects in the Class 10 CBSE examination. Beginning with English, 2 students scored full marks. Siddharth Devidas. Rachel Mary Bobby. Rachel is also commended for her perfect attendance for 5 consecutive years from 2015 to 2020. Five students scored a perfect 100 in mathematics. Mustansir Habil Bhagat. He is also a topper in Sanskrit. Achyut Shrikumar Kapil. Mohammad Yusuf. Harshal Matthew Thomas. He has also scored the highest marks in Hindi. Pranshu Das Gupta. Aisha Tarafdar scored the highest marks in 2 subjects, science and Arabic. In social science, 3 students topped the list. Ujala Rajagariha. She is also awarded a certificate for perfect attendance for 5 consecutive years from 2015 to 2020. She secured the 3rd position in art in class 10. The other toppers in social science are Carolyn Judy Benher, Vinayak Ramasubramanian, Shravani Shastri scored the highest marks in Hindi. Two students scored the highest marks in Malayalam. They are Mirzana Jalil, Sharon Jose. In French, two students scored a perfect 100. They are Jay Bhagat, Aryan Malhotra, the highest marks in Sanskrit was scored by Kshama Sushil Kumar, Mumbai. And now for the special prizes for toppers in Class 12 CBSE Examination 2020, beginning with the science stream. Kaushiki Guha holds the 1st position. She scored full marks in chemistry and is also the topper in informatics practices. Besides, Kaushiki is also the winner of the King Constantine Medal for the year 2019-2020. Sarthak Manish Trivedi holds the 2nd position. He is a topper in mathematics and computer science. The 3rd position in the science stream is held by G.V. Vishwajit, who has also scored 100 marks in chemistry. Moving on to the results in the commerce stream, Mohammad Farhan Parakal Mujib holds the 1st position. He is the top scorer in 3 subjects: accountancy, business studies, and economics. Shagufta Rauf Sheikh secured the 2nd position. She is also a topper in accountancy. The 3rd position is held by Udita Vaidyanathan, who is also a topper in accountancy. And next, we have students who secured the highest marks in various subjects in the Class 12 CBSE examination. Khushi Singh scored the best marks in English. Tattode Saidev Anirudh scored the highest marks in mathematics. Varun Suresh Pillai is the topper in physics and economics. Five students did extremely well in accountancy. Ayush Hemant Bhatia. Ayush is also awarded the Vincent Vision Rowling Trophy for the Best Photographer of the Year 2019 and 2020. Ishan Rohit Date. Shivaranjani Ramakrishnan. Tony Benny. And Chetas Rajesh Purohit. In engineering graphics, 3 students scored a perfect 100. Atifa Shabir, Sagnik Mukherjee, Shanmukha Aditya Anupindi, I now request Mrs. Pyarija Sidar, Vice Principal of ISG International, to take over.
Thank you, Mrs. Shamshad. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In the All India Senior Secondary Certificate Examination 2020, Akifa Jamsheed Hamza topped the science stream. She also topped the school in biology. Kaushik Shankar topped the school in English. In the All India Senior School Examination 2020, Aidafi Uppal topped the class. She also scored 100% marks and topped the school in French. Manish Kanna Puvannan also topped the class. He also topped the school in French with 100% marks. Aditya Samir Ketkar bagged the second position in class. He is also a top scorer in French with 100% marks. Anushka Mankodi also stood second in class in the class 10 CBSE examination. Bhavisha Pankaj stood third in class in the class 10 CBSE examination. Janvi Majumdar was also a third rank holder in class in the AISSC 2020. Karthik Praveen scored 100% in mathematics and topped the school in maths in the class 10 CBSE examination. Aryan Suhas Deshpande topped the school in French with 100% marks in the class 10 CBSE examination. Sahwa Sakina topped the school in painting. She also topped the school in computer application. Neha Nitin Kadam also topped the school in computer application. May I now request Mr. Sri Kumar, Vice Principal, ISG, to kindly take over.
Thank you, Mrs. Pyarija Sidar. Good evening. I'll be announcing the names of the recipients of the Long Service Awards for the members of staff. We begin with the stalwarts who have completed 30 glorious years in our school. The first recipient is Mrs. Helen Lobo. Mrs. Helen Lobo was among the first group of teachers who were a part of Indian School Algebra when it started. She is presently the coordinator of the primary section and one of the pillars of our school. Mr. Shamsu MK. Mr. Shamsu was the part of our institution when it started in 1990. Currently, he is the leading force in the Department of Administration. Moving on to the next category, members of staff who have completed 25 years in Indian School Algebra. Mrs. Smriti Sharma. Mrs. Smriti Sharma is the teacher of Hindi in the international section who has kept the students interested in the language with her creativity and commitment. Mrs. Sheila Joy. Mrs. Sheila Joy has always impressed with her quiet demeanor and competency. She is presently the coordinator of our KG section. Mr. T.A. Muhammad. He is the man Friday for all of us in the school office. Well loved by both students and the faculty, Mr. Mammootty remains popular and in contact with our alumni through the social media. Now, members of staff who have completed the school for 20 years. Mr. Munir K. Mr. Munir teaches Arabic in the international section of ISG. is a valuable member of our team and can be counted on to help with social and school activities at any point of time. Mrs. Sumati Anpalagan. Mrs. Sumati Anpalagan is a teacher in the Department of Chemistry and fuels the interest of the children in the practical lessons in the chemistry lab. Mrs. Mary Phyllis D'Souza. Mrs. Mary Phyllis D'Souza is a fantastic teacher who inspires with her joyfulness and creativity. She has been a guiding force for Wise Minds ISG, the Teachers Toastmaster Club. Mrs. Rubina Rose Khan. With her vivacious personality, Mrs. Rubina has always enthralled the children during her history lessons. She has always helped out with the school programs, especially designing costumes for Founders Day. Next category is the members of staff who have served the school for 15 years. Mr. Ahmad Nadeem. A very talented teacher of music, Mr. Nadeem impresses with his ability to use technology in music, which has been a great help during this pandemic. Miss Doreen M. Todd. A teacher in the primary section, Miss Doreen is well loved by all her students for her ability to combine affection with firmness. Mrs. Sunitha Kumar. Mrs. Sunitha Kumar is the head of the Department of Hindi. She has encouraged her colleagues to inspire the children to take part in the Hindi language activities. Mrs. Riba Jos Kalarekhet. Mrs. Riba Jos is a teacher in the primary section of Indian School Algebra. Mrs. Riba's work is always perfect. Mrs. Radha Manikumar. Mrs. Radha Manikumar, a teacher in Sanskrit, is the quiet behind the scenes worker. Mr. K.M. Ansar. Uncle Ansar, for all our students, helps in the laboratory and is very popular with the student body. Finally, the members of staff who have served the school for 10 years. Mrs. Minna Susan Joseph. Mrs. Minna Susan Joseph is teaching computer science and IP in the senior secondary classes. Mrs. Parvati Pramod. Mrs. Parvati Pramod is a teacher in the Department of Social Science. Mrs. Sonali Sanjit Das. Mrs. Sonali Sanjit Das is teaching economics in senior secondary classes. Mrs. Anupama Singh. Mrs. Anupama Singh is a senior teacher in the Department of Hindi. Miss Judika Gavangar. Miss Judika teaches English in the primary level and is also a member of our IT department. Mr. K.S. Abraham. Mr. Abraham is a teacher of chemistry and is also the supervisor of the senior secondary section. Mr. Bijoy Kurian. Mr. Bijoy Kurian is the school's counselor as well as the career counselor. Mr. K.N. Govindarajan. Mr. K.N. Govindarajan is the coordinator of the Department of Visual Arts. Mrs. Ritu Srivastava. Mrs. Ritu Srivastava is a teacher in the Department of Hindi, teaching middle school classes. Mrs. Jasida Munir. Mrs. Jasida Munir is the coordinator of the Department of Arabic. Mrs. Naija Paul. Mrs. Naija Paul is a teacher in the Department of IT, looking after our KG and primary sections. Mr. Manjunathan N. Mr. Manjunathan is a teacher in the Department of Visual Arts. Mrs. Shruti Palu. Mrs. Shruti Palu is a member of our faculty in the elementary school. And Mr. Raju Gimire. Mr. Raju Gimire is a member of the Department of Administration. May I now request our principal, Mrs. Papri Ghosh, to propose the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Srikumar. First of all, many congratulations to all those who have won awards. But whilst we win awards and we know that it is wonderful, but we also need to understand then that is not the end of everything. Winning awards is great, but success, the road to success and the road to failure is exactly the same. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. And I think this is what everybody should remember. Many congratulations to all who have achieved very high marks. We are very proud of you, and we hope you go on to do very well in life. Most importantly, that you become very good human beings and serve humanity. I wish to thank all my colleagues who have won the long service awards. Many, many congratulations to you, and also my heartfelt gratitude to you for the service that you have rendered to the school. I think it is no mean achievement to serve an institution for 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 long years. So many congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to all parents who have trusted Indian School Algubra and sent their children in our care, entrusted their children in our care. Thank you to all my colleagues who are the pillars of the school. Thank you to all who are watching today, our first virtual award ceremony. Thank you to those who hosted it. Thank you to one and all. Have a wonderful weekend.